Go ahead, turn it on. Yep, it's live. And you're ready there to end it? If you need anything, you have my phone number.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, I will go ahead and call the meeting to order. Amendments to the agenda. We do have about three. One is bid opening for lining some sewers. So that will go. Oh, 5A. Second one is the swearing in of the new hire police department. That will go at the end of the meeting. We're taking that off the agenda. And the next one is 302 East Potter Street, and that is to dispute the amount of fine that we approved of, and that will go, let's put that at 5B or 5C. 5B will be the swearing in. We're taking that off the agenda. 5C will be East Potter Street. Do I have a motion to accept the amendments?
I move we accept the amendments.
Second. All in favor? Okay, approval of the minutes. Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
I move we approve them as written. I'll second that.
All in favor? Okay, superintendent's report, Jeff.
North pipeline, finished installing that, the natural gas lines, in the Denver Drive extension. Did a nice clean job, no damage to the street, and I kept, and they've actually did a real good job on that. Lead vacuuming starting slow. As you can tell, I mean, the leaves are still green, right? It's slow.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be late season for us, that's all there is to it. We finished crack sealing, used 4,500 pounds of rubber crack sealer, put down, this maintenance we do every year, performing, maintenance on equipment right now, and just getting everything ready to go for winter too.
Okay. That it?
Good.
All right, thanks, Jason.
So I cut down 8 trees in the park on the sled hill. The guys, cut the trees off and hold them out. Me and the guys done a lot of, cleaning up and organizing around the plants. We held the, Northern Indiana Operator Social Meeting, this month. I gave a plant tour. Then we had a class there at the community center. That was put on by Xylem over flight pumps. We currently run 3 flight pumps there down at the wastewater plant. We had 17 attendees that took place with that. One of the guys were out checking lines. They found a sewer line moving slow. So we ended up camera, used a vac truck. Rick had a total of 655 foot section of sewer main. That was from St. Louis to New York. That was between Shield and Bauer Street. I was called out, check a sinkhole here on Bender Street. Me and the guys ended up running the camera and our sewer line. Had to bring out the vac truck. It had a lot of debris in that line. We found the line to be in bad condition, quite a few broken old taps. One of them, of course, was just within feet of that sinkhole. We used Rick McCann's tractor to land apply on Schilling's farm ground, back behind the wastewater plant. That took place the 14th through the 17th. In total, we injected 131,280 gallons of biosolids. It came out to be just a little over 12 ton. I'm having Element Lab test the simple nutrients. That was from all the land applying we done, samples we took. Got that going out, so now I can do the ELSA report, send that to IDEN. Having an energy efficient study done at the wastewater plant. Tara from Alliance of Indiana Rural Water is working on it. Looking at mostly the lighting and 2 of our blowers that they're not on soft start, they're direct. We need to put them on VFDs. Last thing I have is, I contacted, 3 lining companies to bid on a lining project I would like to have done in the downtown area here. That involves, 10 sections of sewer line.
Yep. Cass?
We responded to 20, commercial burglary alarms, 146 business checks. Extra patrols, 139. Miscellaneous calls, 36. 143 traffic stops. Responded to 746 calls total. 9 arrests, 17 charges.
That it?
That's it.
Tim can't be here, I guess, so his report is, fall hydrant flushing, they're done with flushing the hydrants. Well 4 project, which is, a new well that we started in last year that we had to drill because well 3 went out. That has been, installed. I don't know if we're still waiting for these, water sample to come back. I think that's also done. What we'll have to do is, next step, before winter sets in, they have to put a building over that well, because it's just a well in the ground, so. They're debating on how to do that, whether it's just a hire done or trying to do some ourselves, and then what we can't do, hire done, so. I'm sure he'll give a report next month, and then, they completed all their assigned locates, completed all signed work orders, changed 6 meters. So that's it. Okay, next on the agenda is approval of new hire, police department, Chad.
I'm recommending that we hire Sean Allen. For the police department as full-time, done an outstanding job. He's been working part-time for us. Done a great job through the FPO process. Is really fitting in our parts really.
Okay. Need a motion to go ahead and hire Sean.
I move it. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Then Sean will do the swearing in after the meeting's over with. Okay, next on the agenda is bid opening for the sewer lining. Want to open them up, Cindy? You gotta get it in space.
This is the same company and it's 2 different ways, separated and combined. Or individually all together.
First bid is from New Flow. Do we have anybody here from them? $698,750 for just the lining,
That's the entire,
all 3,
that's the whole thing.
yeah, up to 2,898 feet, whatever. Is that correct, Jay? Okay, then they put an alternate in, which for each manhole to be lined separately, and that would be $892,891. That's just for lining the sewer line.
Got
The 3 up to that footage. This is an alternate to do the manholes also.
Okay.
Pass that down, Steve.
This one gets this number.
And Stitcher form,
When is it found on separated?
Okay.
For the lines, 2,898 feet. $166,342.23. Anybody hear from them? Okay, then we have. I assume this is for the manholes.
Well, it's actually not the manholes.
It's just each line separate. Each section separate. I haven't do it that way. And do the whole project as one bid, and then the open bid was each one separately.
Well, here's what they got. You know, we got their initial bid of $166,000. Then we got another bid for $45,000 some dollars. Without me reading all the way through this, what is the $45,000 bid for?
This one says mobilization,
That's the line.
the lining for 2,898 linear feet. So is that's the combo?
That is.
Yep.
The same thing, you know, apples to apples, they've both been on the same. This one here is, pardon?
Separate on that.
Okay, whatever it is, it's 45,006. No, $45,868.93. Bottom line is. Tiles, man. Very. And you have to. We can't pay.
Those things.
Requirements, yeah, it's got all the.
Yeah, we're gonna be now.
If you're looking at that acidic.
Yeah, right, because I know when you do the polls, if you reject them, you're gonna pull shade. I try a penny. I think that's. I'm looking at that, but right now, it's just. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. Right now, without you two reading any further, I'm gonna make a motion that we're gonna have to reject all bids. They came in higher than we anticipated. They came in higher than the mandatory 150 that you have to meet all the regulations of bin project out, which we did not do. I think we estimated they would come under the 150, which requires just 3 proposals. So we have to, no alternative but to reject the bids and start over from square one. So that's my motion.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Okay, so.
Yeah. If you'd like me here, I pull out open bidding.
Yes.
So just to piggyback on what the mayor said, so public works projects that come in over $150,000 require full bidding requirements. So that is issuing invitation for bids, it's called an IFB, got to publish notice of the IFB twice, 1 week apart, with the second publication made at least 7 days before the bid opening. We have to open the bids publicly, award contract to the lowest responsible and responsive bidder, and maintain the bidder information. Again, since it came in over $150,000, it does require full bidding requirements, and that's why we're rejecting the bid. So we're compliant with Indiana's public work bidding statute. So
That was your motion. That was your motion. So I need a second.
Yeah. We already did that. We approved it.
Didn't
We did.
we? Okay,
I seconded it.
I got you. Totally missed that.
So we'll have to go back and do it the right way. Okay. Next is 302 East Potter Street. Lonnie,
Most of you know, last month, citation was issued for $2,500 for the property for non-compliance. And, with the order, you all have a copy of the order. And it's to repair, replace the structures, deteriorated wood. You can read the 6 there. None of those have been completed. The grass in the front has been mowed. But that was besides just bringing the property to clean residential use as it stated. Those 6 issues have not been addressed yet since March 11th, 2024.
and we did find her.
Yes, I also posted it. It's gonna be coming out in the paper next week. And the property owner has been notified of the citation.
Okay.
Yes. Well, thank you for hearing me out. I have been trying to get it done. I have bought the materials. The people that I had tasked to do it didn't do it. I had several medical problems this year where I couldn't physically go do it. And I expect to have it done in the next 2 weeks. So I'd like to, at least get that chance to do that and revisit the fine, get it lowered.
Discussion.
Do you have somebody hired to get that done in the next 2 weeks, you're saying?
Yeah, my friend's gonna come over and do it. I already have all the material and set to go this weekend.
It's bad. I went by it this morning. I mean, oh God, they got their work cut out.
We cleared it in the springtime. We went over there and did a big clearing, clear all the saplings and trees out of there. Over the summer, it just grew back. I'm gonna put some brush killer and keep it from growing back again. That's all, I mowed myself in June and then I had eye strokes. I couldn't go do it again. And then now I've got somebody that will mow and use a riding mower to get over there and get it done.
Well, you need more. I mean,
Well, fix the structure, obviously, 'cause people broke into it. And then I'm gonna fix the fence. I bought all that material, fixed that back and get it straightened up. So it will look nice and neat.
what it looks like to me, you're gonna need a chainsaw and everything else. I mean, some of the inside the fence. Now, we're talking inside, not outside the fence. Inside the fence, it looks like a jungle.
Yeah,
So you're gonna need a lot of equipment.
well, we did it first, get it done.
Okay. Well, here's what I think we should give her, because this has been going on for a long time, that building. I mean, it has. So either we can give her to next Board of Work to have it completed. If not completed by next month, then you're going to get slapped that full fine, and we're going to stick to our guns.
Okay,
But you have to have it done, and no excuses. No excuses. I don't want,
Are we clear about what needs to be done and Lonnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
give her a copy before she leaves, in case she lost hers of what needs to be done.
Is that a motion?
And then what we'll do is, next month at the Board of Works meeting, you'll come back in.
Yeah.
And he'll have pictures on what you've got completed and all that. We'll
All right.
we'll hold off on the $2,500 to see what kind of progress and you get it done.
Okay, I appreciate that time.
Well, we gotta take a vote first.
Well,
Is that a motion?
Well,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah, then.
that was my motion.
Yeah. I'll second.
Second, all in favor? You got to end of next month.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of the SOP 28. Chad, you want to talk a little bit about that, or everybody have a chance to go through it? You got a copy? Does he need to say anything else? Justin went through it, said it was good to go. So need a motion to go ahead and approve SOP 28.
I make a motion that we approve SOP number 28.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Lonnie, 6 North Pearl review.
Have not heard anything from the property owner. I'm requesting another willful non-compliance fine of $5,000. Since her last fine, 3 more $1,000 90-day fines for that, totaling $3,000. I'm requesting a total of $8,000 to be as a lien on the property, with the $5,000 and the $1,000 non-compliance, willful non-compliance.
Explain the reason to the rest of the board. We've been doing special assessments compared what we can do with the lien.
Yeah, back in May, I assessed a $12,000 fine that the board approved, I believe, back in January. And still, nothing has been done with from my understanding, when you post a lien instead of a special assessment, that at some point we can, as a city, foreclose on that lien versus a special assessment. Try a different route. We haven't done that before, but this property is just not moving.
What kind of, as far as trying to foreclose on that lien, what is the process and how long is the process and how long do we have to wait to, once we put the lien on, how long do we have to wait to foreclose?
So there's a couple things on this property. You guys authorized me a couple months ago to file a complaint, which I did. She to date has not responded. So again, we filed an action on this, a state level action, which is, I say state level because there's also a federal action pending based on her actions on this case. So I guess 2 things. I filed a complaint. She has not answered. So the court now just has to set up for a date. We'll pull her in there. In that complaint, I asked for the court to also levy a $5,000 non-compliance fine, just like we did with Zink's property, because statutorily under the unsafe building statute allows us to do that for willful non-compliance. So that'll be set for a court date since she's not answered here before too long. I'm surprised it hasn't been set yet. So we've done through state level proceedings all we can to bring her to the table. But I don't think she lives in state. I think she lives in California, if I remember the service address. The other piece, keep in mind, she filed a federal law, and I talked to the attorney out of the region that was handling this for you guys, because he called me just a couple days ago to update me. She filed a federal action against the city for the Board of Works previous decision. She said it basically violated her due process rights. So she has not taken any action like the court has ordered her to in that case. And what the attorney said, he said, I'm calling you so you can update the mayor and the Board of Works so they don't just think, it's money down the drain. He said, in this federal case, we asked her for several items of discovery. She's not provided those. The court ordered her to supply them. She has not done that. He said, so my next step is to potentially have her lawsuit just dismissed outright. He goes, I've handled a lot of federal actions. He goes, it doesn't happen very often that they don't comply with discovery requests. He said, so he was going to, in a short time, file a motion to dismiss because she didn't provide the information she needed to, not even after the court order to within the time period. So her federal action, it's all concerning this piece of real estate, most likely will be dismissed if she still doesn't comply or provide that information. So again, the federal action that she filed against us, that wasn't us instituting it, will probably be dismissed. We've got, before too long, I'm sure the court's going to set, since she's not answered our complaint for the unsafe building that she has. The assessments are a good piece too, because we're going to have $10, $20, $30,000 in assessments or liens on this property. And kind of like Lonnie suggested, they can be foreclosed at some point. I kind of want to, if he wants to add another lien to the property, we can legally do that. As to the piece that's pending in court, I don't really want to touch that piece with additional asks because it's not been set for a court date yet. I've got 5 or 6 different unsafe properties between North Justin and Knox that haven't been set for a court date yet because the court's busy, and quite frankly, that these aren't high priority. So, they are, but they aren't, not like criminal cases, which they're pretty busy with right now. So just want to let you guys know everything the city can do legally is being done through the court system right now. We're just waiting on a court date for our side of
Now,
things.
is that 6 North Pearl? She filed, because I know she filed on Bender Street, and this thing's been going on for 2 to 3 years now. She bypassed, because we did code enforcement. She bypassed the process that we take at the Board of Works. She didn't take it to circuit court. She didn't take it to state. She went right to the U.S. district. And this thing, they've had it for, I know, 2 years. And it seems like this thing is dragging on so long, it's unreal. The court had same thing. She won't respond. She won't get her whatever she has to in with them. And the group out of the port is handling that.
I'm sorry, and it was the Bender Street property with the federal lawsuit, not the Pearl Street.
Not Pearl Street, yeah, because I've got nothing on Pearl.
Yeah.
I get a report every once in a while from the office up in the port on that case. And I don't know when it's gonna end. The thing is, we had on Bender Street, we did enforcement on the garage, was about ready to fall in, and she appealed it downstate. And it took a while, and then we finally got the okay. The house, she forgot about the state. She just went right up to the feds, and, how could they even, to me, how could they even accept the case when she didn't follow the process set by the state? Why would you even?
So I don't want to give bad advice here because I don't deal a lot in federal litigation. I've had one case that was in a federal case, but there's potentially you can file a federal case if the case and controversy is worth over a certain amount of money, if you've got diversity of citizenship potentially, or if it's a federal question. So she is saying, again, I've not looked at this because you've got an attorney handling it, but probably here is she's alleging a federal question, which is a violation of her, she's saying constitutional rights under the U.S. Constitution. If it's a federal question, then federal courts will accept it. And I don't want to get too deep into the weeds of it. Sometimes you've got federal claims and state law claims, and it depends on which one drives the case, where it goes. Steve's eyes probably twitching over there because he remembers that discussion way back when in law school and everything else too. But probably here, since she was alleging violation of her probably due process rights under the U.S. Constitution, is probably how she filed it. Now, we can laugh about that because obviously we know that we didn't violate her due process rights, but that's another reason why she's not complied probably with discovery requests and why she's very close to getting that case dismissed, because she's just not complied with the court's order.
No. So, okay.
If that case is dismissed, and it will be dismissed with prejudice, so we have to bring it back again?
Most likely. That's my understanding, speaking with the attorney out of LaPorte. And I think they're also the LaPorte city attorney too. They just said this is kind of a strange case and said it's kind of a first for them too, so.
Yeah, I know, because that's when Autumn was city attorney, and she must do them. I don't know how that went, but anyway, so getting back to the lien versus the special assessment, as far as if we was to put the lien on, you know, 6 North Pearl, because she owns that house too. I mean, this thing's been going on for a long time. How long will it process for us to put our close on that?
So when it gets set for a court date, what the court will probably do, like they did in the Zink case, is my guess is the judge, assuming the judge agrees with our findings, the judge will give the homeowner a certain period of time to comply with what our order is. Say, all right, you've got, I think they gave Zink 90 days, I think. Excuse me. Say 90 days. And after that 90 days is up, then usually what happens is the court says, all right, you've not done a homeowner, the city can go in and do it. And then we'll have a lien against the property for the value of the work that we did. And that's when we can foreclose from that into things. So I mean, you're looking at realistically, again, using Zink as kind of this is assuming we get this set, for which we're kind of at the mercy when they give us a court date, but if we can get a set still in 2025, 90 days takes us probably to what, early spring. You're probably looking at April, May, potentially, before the city can be allowed to go in and do the work, and then we foreclose on the lien. So, I mean, you're looking at, from today's date, yeah, if you can get it done here in the next 8 or 9 months between going through this process and then foreclosing on your lien to recoup your money, it's probably an 8 or 9 month process. It's slow moving, but it's, yeah, we're keeping it moving forward on our end as best as we can. We're just, like I said, kind of at the mercy of when they give us court dates and how quick we can get it set.
The next will most likely file a federal thing on this too then.
I mean, she can try. I think that's probably an easy one to get dismissed because, you know, there's again, not to go too deep into the weeds, there's complicated, this arises under, this is a state law claim. So she would have to allege violation of her due process rights. And there's also, in cases like this, we see this a lot with a litigant with the county, is they'll try to file something in federal court after it's been decided at state court. Usually you file a motion to dismiss in that kind of case. You've got to argue whether or not, you know, I can't remember the exact term. I don't know if Steve can remember that term, whether or not the issue has been decided in a different court and the person's just trying to subvert that state law claim through federal court. So yeah, it's all hypotheticals, and I say it kind of depends, but I don't know. She lives in California, and since she's not complied with her federal lawsuit that she has filed against us, I'm hard pressed to think she's going to fly back here to Knox to attend, a court date and fight us every month or 2 months that we have a set. But it's crazier things have happened.
So we can do the $8,000 as a lien?
Yeah, I see no reason why not.
I move that we establish an $8,000 lien on this property at 6 North Pearl Street.
Okay, aye. Okay, next.
This here is 1005 South Edgewood, formerly known as Wintersong, now Hickory House. As you all recall, last month, they were not able to make the meeting due to religious holiday. Revisiting that. Now it's been 323 days of continued work after the stop work order has been issued. They have now, according to their website, accepted patients, now operating in full capacity. Therefore, no rooming house rental inspections have been done on that. No registration for that. No inspections of any sort has been done with that. I believe Justin has filed injunction, and I'll let Justin explain that.
Yeah, I not to go into too much detail since we filed it in court, but we have taken very recent action to basically say that they need to comply with the public hearing requirements that would be mandated for getting another special exception to our zoning ordinance. Our position is not that we're saying no, we're saying you didn't follow the correct statutory process in order to allow for a special exception in an otherwise zoned space. So,
And I also given Justin a copy of our ordinance because I have since then refused
three permits. One with roof, and needed a roof repair. I talked to the state fire marshal. He was gonna get back with me to see if a state design release is required for that because of the dead load on the roof. I also denied a fence permit request and also a dumpster request out there so they can get rid of some more garbage that they were saying was stored in the sheds.
Okay, let's get back to the fine part and, because that's. So,
The stop work order, after it's been violated is $1,000 a day is what the statute allows for that. And the failure to obtain a permit, permit cost times 3, that comes to $14,820.
And that stop work order, it says posted 12/2 of 25. Is that supposed to be 12/2 of 2024?
24.
Okay.
Precious, better than this. Bring the whole sense. Jeff will explain what this is about.
So, yeah, well, basically, the short story is they're saying they're wrong. They don't need a permit, and also they don't need to apply for a special exception. In a nutshell, but what they're basically saying is, to paraphrase, it's been a couple weeks since I've looked at this letter, is there is no special exception required because it was a carryover from the previous property owner to us. Again, there's, in our position, not to go into it, but there's several holes, I think, in that argument. The other is,
should we really be discussing this?
yeah, I'm just kind of, yeah, I mean, the letter is, since we've talked about it, as a public matter.
I mean, we're getting into something that's probably gonna, a good chance to go to court. Yeah,
And
I think what we need to do is discuss the fines that, you know, and determine what we're going to, you know, like with the permit, 14,000. I'm in favor of 14,000, you dang right. But the big one, the 300,000 or something, I think we need advice from Justin on how far we can go with that, if we can go with that, so.
Yeah, I kind of want to answer your question, Mayor. I kind of want to maybe put that larger fine on the back burner until we get resolved whether or not a judge agrees with us that they are required to go back and apply for a special exception.
Okay. We can go ahead with the permit, the 14,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we
Sorry, I
can,
didn't know you were-
we can go ahead and get that done today,
I believe so,
and then
yes.
we'll wait after the thing, so.
should be that as a lien or a special assessment.
I would do that as a special assessment because number one is the lien, you're not gonna foreclose, $4, $5, $6 million. You're wasting a lot of time there. Special assessment will go on next spring's taxes. So my motion is to go ahead and, fine them the $14,820 as a special assessment. To be put on as a special assessment.
Okay, I'll second that.
All in favor? Okay, next.
That is 406 East John Street. The order to remove was first issued in March of 2022. I issued another one in April of 2025. I went by there this morning. They had made some progress from last Friday when I went through it, when I filled this out, stating that there was very little done. That was Friday. I went by this morning. They had made some noticeable improvements. There's still quite a bit there. In the original order, I believe, was 30 days to clean that property up back in April.
That's Norris, right?
Yes.
Peggy, and, yep. Yeah,
The board give them another 2 months since they've been in here last. It's been another 60 days.
okay. Your court, that's public hearing? Is that a hearing?
Yes. Bye.
Okay, I'll open up that hearing for 425 Fair Court. Order to vacate.
Last month I issued a order to vacate that due under the Indiana unsafe due to the electric being turned off by NIPSCO for non-payment and also for non-payment for city water utilities. Since then, property owner has contacted the renters there. They have moved out. It is cleared. My recommendation is to go ahead and dismiss that case due to compliance to the order.
Need a motion to go ahead?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll close that. Next, 1107 East Lake Street.
I received an email on October 1st from our chief of police informing me that there was a dog bite that happened down at 1107 East Lake Street. Police did issue the $250 vicious dog citation ordinance violation for that. They have come in and paid that. The dog was quarantined at the Humane Society, Stark County Humane Society, for the 10-day quarantine. The dog passed, everything was okay. I talked to the director there to get an insight of her professional opinion of how vicious the dog is. And she said in her opinion, with playing with the 4-year-old child, that it was what they call a provoked fight. And it's not necessarily a fault of any, it's the dog's ball. Dog went to get it. She didn't throw it fast enough, a complete accident. And the Humane Society agreed with that. She's very gentle, very nice dog, just overexcited, a complete accident. I talked to the owner of the dog since then. He has went ahead and took it to the country where his dad lives, just out of extra precaution. The backyard is fenced in. He was compliant with everything. I just asked the board to go ahead and dismiss this case with action that had already been taken. I feel that he went over and above his owner duties for a dog.
You need a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
401 East Lake Street.
You can see there in your packet, we got the new revised court order that was dated October 15th. Gives the city permission to go in, check for squatters, not necessarily under and I'm paraphrasing, not under a emergency status like it was before. Also to clean the property up on the outside to make it safe for not only the public trespassers, but also our law enforcement. If they had, for some reason, had to go in there at night, it's definitely a hazard. And also the judge allowed us to clean that property up with no liability to the city for anything of value. And I recommend that we do that as a city or bid it out, which it won't be over the amount, hire somebody else to do it, whatever the board wants, but I recommend really before the leaves get heavy, the snow comes, get that property on the outside cleaned up, secured, and also any relevant cost to that, have that issued as a fine or a lien for the property for later.
So what kind of lien can we get? How much money? Can we find them again or anything, or
we can issue them, I believe, the 5,000 non-compliant. He is not permitted to enter the house, but there's nothing that stated that he couldn't go in there and clean up the property aspects of it. He just, with his order to vacate, he can't go in the house. You look at where I suppose he's staying now. That's another case, but a lot of that's been transported to that property. And then any costs we have with the dumpster, if we use the city, have the city departments invoice my office to have all that in with the.
Now, what is the judge, did the judge not, fine him 5,000? So what is he, because we're not gonna get the money, put it this way.
So what'll happen then, and this is provided by statute, yeah, so we've got the $5,000 fine, a judgment lien against the property. Any, excuse me, cleanup costs, attorney fees, anything else that you guys have into it will then become a judgment lien against the property, then you guys can foreclose on that lien. So it's not, you don't have to start with a whole new foreclosure process. It's actually provided in the unsafe statute, so keep track of all your cleanup costs. Again, whatever my attorney fees have been on it over the last year of having to deal with this. That plus that $5,000 fine the judge already ordered back in the spring, and that'll be a judgment lien against the property, and then we can foreclose our interest against that property. And then just like a foreclosure, you might imagine, will go up for foreclosure sale, and if nobody bids over what the city is owed, then the city's the top bidder, and the city would own the property. If somebody else outbids you, you guys get your money back, and then they are responsible for cleanup. So,
Okay, so the 5,000 that the judge ordered, that goes to us. Would that be our lien?
yes.
And we can slap another 5,000 right now?
All cost, well,
Or no?
I would not do that since we already have the $5,000 pursuant to statute as a judgment lien, but all your costs that you've had into it up to this point, we'll ask for the judge to assess that. Cause I'll have to set, once you guys clean it up, what I'll do is I'll set it for another status hearing, ask the judge to enforce all those additional costs, the cleanup costs, all your attorney fees. And then, I don't know how much that'll be, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 by the time. I don't know what cleanup's going to cost you, but then we'll foreclose on it.
Well, if we do it ourselves, the city, you're not looking at that, you're looking at a dumpster, probably a day of the backhoe and labor and all that, so I'm thinking probably $2,000 at the phone, $2,000-3,000.
You guys probably have over the course of the last year. I'd have to go back and look at all the invoices, but you've got a few $1,000s at least, and probably more than that, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in attorney fees. So,
And one thing that we have not been doing, we did it over at the county, and I talked to Lonnie about that, is when I was surveyor, I was on planning, and we did code enforcement. You can charge for every stamp, every member of the board's time, your time. We can add all that in to every code enforcement that we do on state. So, yeah. So, okay, my motion is to go ahead and follow through with the lien, the cleanup. We'll determine, me and Lonnie take a look at, as soon as the street department starts, the leaves come down, they're busy every day. You're not going to get them. So either we got to move on it real quick, because right now, like you said, for Jeff, it's slow. The leaves are slow. So if we're going to do it, we got to get the dumpster, get it cleaned up, and do whatever we got to do.
I'll second that motion. Do we need to have a number?
Was that a motion? I don't. Because I don't even know what I
We
said.
can't really put a number on it right now.
No, we can't.
Through with.
We just moved that we're gonna do that.
Well,
Whatever that is.
I think so the process is, we'll go ahead and do our thing, get it cleaned up, come with the figure and all that. When is the time to file the lien then?
So when you guys have all your costs figured out, then what I'll do is I'll set it for another status hearing, and I'll ask the judge to enter all your costs as a judgment lien against the property. with that original $5,000 fine that we asked for. So, yeah, you guys add up all your costs. You can let me know what those costs are. I'll file something, set it for a status and get the judge to enter it as a judgment lien.
Can we backtrack for all the, bringing him in and all that as far as paying for the board members and all that time? Can we back, because we've not used that.
So have you had, this probably predates me, have you had special meetings just for his property?
No, we brought him in here.
No. Board of Works hearings?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably have to segregate your time, figure out how much time was, because if you had a regular Board of Works meeting and it was only 10 minutes, you can't charge them for the whole, the whole
No.
meeting, everybody's time, but
Yeah, we
excuse me.
at the county, we prorated it. So if we had a case, if it took 15 minutes, 20 minutes, we had to prorate it, on that. We didn't charge, we can't do that.
So as long as you guys can prorate it and I can substantiate it, then
Yeah.
I'll see why not.
Okay, well, right. So,
Okay, so for your motion, I have Mayor made a motion, follow through with cleanup and securing of property and turn over fee totals to city attorney for next court appointment.
I'll second that.
on here. Okay. Okay, last one.
That is, Jacob Nice, 406 West Elm. I sent him a letter, as you can see in their packet, with the estimated cost that it would cost with the dumpsters and to demolish that. Haven't heard any reply from him, haven't heard anything from him. That was just sent, just short of demolishing that shell of a trailer under emergency unsafe. Wanted to give him one more opportunity, as he had indicated he wanted to recycle, tear it down himself. Still hasn't happened. I'm requesting that we go ahead and go in and demolish that, clean up the property.
When was that letter sent? Did that give them, and we talked about that and Justin reaffirmed that. You gotta give them like a 10-day notice before you come in. Something like that,
Are we going to set them for the?
demolish.
So
I think the final step, and that's why I'm asking,
September 29th.
telling him that it X amount and you have,
What it costs. My estimate of what it would cost to tear the building down.
I didn't bring my binder with me. Let's safe binder. So you had a public hearing in, was it April? Is that what I saw? April 23rd, 2025.
Yeah.
Did they, I can't remember, did they appear at that hearing?
Is that the gentleman that was hard of hearing?
Yeah, that was a couple meetings.
yeah, that way back, again.
And he had been in multiple times, even after the meeting, talking to myself and the mayor, giving him time, he's very aware of.
Yeah,
what's
see, it
going
wasn't
on.
last month, but I think the month before.
Or he was here.
Sitting right here. So in August.
So since he's not complied, then we've got to file a complaint on it because we need a court order allowing us to demolish that property. We need a court order requiring him to do it. And if he doesn't do it, then we can do it. But so without that court order to demolish, we don't have the authority to go in. We have the authority to mandate that he tear it down, but we don't have the authority to go in and do it without a court stamping it and saying, you've done, or you've ordered him to do it. He's not doing it now. City, you can do it. If you guys, so if you want me to file that complaint, I'm happy to do it. I take no pleasure in that.
No, it's tough hearing somebody, doing that. We've already, you know, had the tow truck come and take, how many cars? 5 cars?
5 vehicles.
And
Trailers, which would be.
And the camper out.
I'll make a motion that we authorize Justin to hire the court for the order demolished.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Send the judge to love you up there.
Yeah. He
You're gonna be
already
best
does
bud.
when he sees me, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he knows. Okay. Anybody else? You got anything for Ronnie? Anybody got anything else for Ronnie? Hey, need a motion to adjourn?
I make that motion.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
When Micah sees me in there, he's just, I can tell, just over his glasses, like, oh, God, here we go.
What do you have for me to do?
Just click and. Save it.
Thank you, buddy.
Have to, here, hold on, very much get close.